My husband's childhood nanny tried to cancel my son's surgery and told the doctor she was the real mother, so I fired her in front of the entire medical team. When my husband suggested bringing Evelyn to help with our newborn, he said she was like a mother to him, practically raised him since he was 2, deserved comfort in her old age. I agreed because I thought she'd be helpful, an experienced grandmother figure who'd support us. Instead, I got a 70-year-old woman who believed she owned my husband, my house, and my decisions. Day 1, she walked into my home and immediately started criticizing. The nursery was wrong, too much stimulation, the crib should face east for better energy. The baby's name, Oliver, was too common, suggested calling him by his middle name instead. When I said no, she looked at my husband and said, "We'll see about that, won't we, darling?" He just smiled like it was charming. She took over immediately, changed Oliver's feeding schedule because she knew better than the pediatrician. Throughout the formula I'd researched for months, replaced it with some brand from the 70s. When Oliver got a rash from it, she blamed my laundry detergent, not her ancient formula. My husband defended her, said she'd raised him fine, to trust her experience. She'd walk into our bedroom without knocking, rearrange our belongings, go through my closet and tell me which clothes made me look desperate. Said young wives these days didn't understand proper household management. When I complained to my husband, he'd say she meant well, that she was adjusting, to give her time. She'd cook meals without asking, terrible food from my husband's childhood that he loved but made me sick. Oversalted meat, mushy vegetables, everything swimming in butter. When I'd cook my own meals, she'd throw them out, said it was confusing to have 2 dinner options. My husband ate her food, said I was being difficult, that Evelyn's cooking was comfort food. She started calling herself Mama to Oliver, correcting me when I'd make parenting decisions. I'd say bedtime was 7, she'd keep him up until 9 because babies needed to exhaust themselves. I'd dress him for the weather, she'd change his clothes because I didn't understand temperature regulation. My husband would come home to find me upset, and Evelyn would get to him first, tell him I'd been hormonal and unreasonable all day. He'd believe her every time. She told our neighbors she was Oliver's primary caregiver because I was too young and incompetent, told my mother-in-law that I was struggling mentally, needed supervision, started intercepting my calls, answering my phone, telling people I was resting and she'd handle whatever they needed. My husband said she was being helpful, that I should appreciate having someone so dedicated. The breaking point came when Oliver developed recurring ear infections. Our pediatrician recommended tubes, a simple surgery that would prevent hearing damage. I scheduled it immediately. Evelyn said absolutely not, that her boys never needed surgery, ear infections built character and immune systems. I ignored her, kept the appointment. She called my husband crying, saying I was mutilating our baby, that surgery was unnecessary, that she'd raised 5 children without ever needing doctors to cut them open. My husband called me from work, said we should discuss it as a family, with his nanny. The day of the pre-surgery consultation, Evelyn came along despite my protests. My husband insisted she had valuable experience. At the hospital, she interrupted constantly, questioned the surgeon's credentials, said modern medicine was a scam. When the surgeon asked who she was, she said, "I'm the one who really raises this baby." I corrected her, said she was hired help. She laughed and told the surgeon I was insecure about being a working mother. Then she turned to the doctor and said we wouldn't be proceeding with surgery, that she'd treat Oliver with warm oil and prayers like she'd done with my husband. The surgeon looked confused, asked who had medical decision authority. Evelyn actually said, "I do. I've been raising children since before this girl was born." That's when I stood up, told the surgeon that this woman was a nanny, not family, had no authority whatsoever. Evelyn started arguing, saying my husband gave her permission. I called my husband right there on speaker, told him to choose. Either he backed me, his wife and Oliver's mother, or he could pack his things along with Evelyn's. The entire medical staff was watching. My husband stuttered, then said Evelyn was just trying to help. I said, "You have 5 seconds to correct that statement or I'm calling a divorce lawyer from this hospital room." He immediately said I had full medical authority, that Evelyn was overstepping. I fired her on the spot in front of the surgeon, the nurses, everyone. Told her to be out of my house by the time we got home, or I'd have her removed by police. She started crying about raising my husband, about deserving respect. I said respect was earned, not demanded, and she'd earned nothing but a swift exit. She looked at my husband, waiting for him to defend her. He stayed silent. Oliver's surgery was successful. His ear infection stopped. Evelyn moved in with my husband's cousin, who apparently enjoys being controlled. My husband apologized for weeks, said he didn't realize how she'd been undermining me. I told him if he ever put anyone above his wife and child again, he'd be finding his own childhood nanny to comfort him in his studio apartment. He hasn't questioned my decision since.